What's up, everybody, and welcome to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mystic Raven. All right, guys. So, Horns of the Reach launching today for console players. Really excited. Really excited for this. But today, because I've got a lot of downtime due to the maintenance, I am back on PC, and we're going to go see what the dailies are, and we're going to get some stuff out of the way. So let's go ahead and do it. Now, console players, when this goes live, you guys will have the same dailies. So it'll be a heads up.
The ruins of
Mass. Really? Ugh. She could have pulled one of the new ones. Elden Hollow.
Death has not vote.
And Volenfeld. Alright, straight. Perfect, whatever. Let's get this out of the way. Alright, so we're going to go to Active Finder. I'm going to do the randoms. The reason being, I definitely want to try to get out this CP too. Try to knock two birds out with one stone, ideally. Reapply my food buff. Still love the sword and board on my healer. Always just love it. I don't know if my other stuff came in. A lot of my research material was up. So I had to buy a bunch of Nernholm. I am not a master crafter on this platform. So PS I've been, but I've only been playing a few months on here, and I'm not as on a typical basis as I am on PS. PS is my main platform. So feels good though. I got a lot of work to do on this platform. Lots of work. There we go. And there's my mail. Forming group. Let's do what we get. Yes! 2 birds, 1 stone. Click, click, click. That's what I want to see. I wish they would actually... Somebody had asked me yesterday, hey, Mystic, if you group queue and do a random, will everybody get credit for the random? And I'm like, no, unfortunately they don't. We've tested that out. It's unfortunate. I wish the ZOS would allow that to happen, but unfortunately, no. Oh my god. $11K. What are people doing? 14K. At least the tank's set up right. One person fixed their shit. Fine. Forgot food. I don't know if there's anything in here I'm looking to get. Oh, 2 chests and 1. Nice. The other one was trash anyway, so let's hopefully this intermediate. Light speaker. That 14k is going to kill me. 17k, I can deal with. We know.
To an altman to grasp for power and sow disaster. I would have been able to keep these Daedra in control.
They're coming.
Harm my sister. I can save my sister and return home with a cadre of Daedric servants as well. Look at all these Daedra. They would be a force to be reckoned with under the banner of the Mages Guild.
Forget it. I'll hit the barrier right here. This person's going to give me a workout today. It's going to piss me off. Do not go under, like, at least 17, 18k, guys. The reason being, it's really hard for your healer. You can die to mechanics. You're wasting a shitload of resources. A shitload. You'll dip down faster, and it's really hard, man. And you can't deal with any DPS when you're dead. Not to say a person's gonna die, but it's a pain in my ass.
My sister's scent ends here at this portal.
Light Speaker's not a bad set for new healers until they get Spell Power Cure. If you're in the process, hey, what's up, Swig? If they're still trying to get like Spell Power Cure, Light Speakers is a good set. It really is. So, but once you get Spell Power Cure, it's like, you know, look at this. Told you, man. This dude's gonna just friggin' give me a friggin' I'm good, Stang. What's up, dude? Dude, I swear, why did these... Oh, he's got 16k. I think he might have added his food buff finally. Kind of figured it out. Oh shit, I'm taking heavy hits. Even though I've been telling him. Look at that. Watch his health drop. Watch everybody's health and watch his drop, guys. Joe's on the left. This is the second one down. You guys will see his health drop way lower, faster. And that's because his health is way low, man. Doing dailies, guys. We're doing the dailies. Like I said, Light Speaker's good set. Crit, Magicka, spell damage, and adds spell damage to your restoration staff. I know a lot of people, a lot of Templars in the past did not want to use restoration staffs, but really, restoration staff ability should be used on any healer build. Any of them. If you're not using restoration staff abilities, you're really missing out, man. Now, if you were going with like a hybrid for like PvP and stuff, I can kind of see it. But for PvE, I never understood why any healer didn't want to take advantage of at least like healing springs, combat prayer. If you're not running combat prayer as a healer, don't just hang up your resto staff. And consequently enough, that light speaker spell damage or boost will also affect your weave. So it's definitely not a bad set. I thought about maybe trying it once or twice, but on Nightblade healing, I can't get past the Julianos. I need that crit. I need it. It has to happen because I run Nirnholm to increase the base heals, and then I use Spellfire Cure static. So it's always up. People synergize with my... Oh, there's a person synergizing with my ball. Might want to get some utilities out of it. That's why it's there. Wait a couple seconds, then I'll pop my war horn. Okay, I'm gonna pop mine. Tank's definitely not using his shielding rotation as well as he could be. Here in about a week or two, I'll give you guys my DK build. Just finished it up. I'm still in the process of trying to get something. Around 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is when it goes back up, typically, but then it takes about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on your speeds. You'll get back on right around noon Eastern Standard Time, noon, 1 o'clock. Some people have slower connections, so it takes them in the afternoon. But usually about 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours typically for patch updates. It's pretty standard. I know, man, like my thing was like I knew, like luckily I got my wire back, my wire on today because one of my other wires took a shit and my Bluetooth card took a shit, so I was out. I couldn't do PC for like over a week, and now with the updates, I was like, thank God I got a cord. Yeah, I use a controller because I started off with the PS4. And I can't, like, I'm used to the configuration too much now. So I use a PS4 controller. I use a third-party program that allows me to adapt my, one of my PS4 controllers. I have like 5 PS4 controllers, so I was able to download a program and adapt it. You can use an Xbox 360 one though, and that works too. And for me, it's easier because, like I said, I've been using a controller since I started on it. Now, other PC games I don't though. Other PC games I don't use controllers. I use keyboard and mouse. But with this game, I was just too accustomed to controllers. Come on, man. That targeting on those little friggin' arches has been getting me nuts. No, Burning Spell Weaves, even with some of the changes, is still fine. It's the uptime, with everything that's gone on with Horns of the Reach, it's always been issue with the uptime versus the downtime, but it's more hingent on your rotation Remember, like when during your uptime with Burning Spell Weave, if you can get your rotation set with the dots during your uptime, your damage spike will be higher. Seducers has a good maintenance to it, but I wouldn't suggest sacrificing it. You can actually do Julie and put Burning Spell Weave on the back bar. That would be better. And then you'll have your crit set. Use Precise Weapon, right? On you want a Precise Burning, a Precise Staff of Julianos, Nirnholm Sword. That'll give you all your crit percentage up to the 57, 58 mark. And then what you end up doing, then you glyph. Sorry, 1 second. I didn't even use my Warhorn. And then you go ahead and you will use the Apprentice Mundus. So you'll have your crit set with Julie, with Precise. You'll have your Nirnholm, increasing your downtime for your Burning Spell Weave. Then what you end up doing, and then to put 2 regens on your jewelry, and the other spell damage increase. Don't go with the infused for that build. You don't need it, even though the infused will up the proc on your enchantment with the Burning Spell Weave proc and the Nirnholm. You're fine. You'll be good. You'll actually be better. But you want Julie to be static, and you want that precise. Ideally, you want a precise sword. But make one Nirnholm. Make sure that Nirnholm's on the main hand too, Mustang, because that's going to give you that boost. Same thing with Scathing Mage, but Scathing Mage is not as effective for like Nightblades since the changes. So I'd be hanging that up for sorcerers or anything with like deflects, like wardens and stuff. Scathing's still a good set, but I wouldn't pick Scathing over Burning Spellweave for a DK. DK, that concussion is just badass. Yeah. Well, if you don't have Nirnholm research, just find a master crafter to craft you the sword. Usually, as long as you buy the materials and provide it, they'll usually charge you like between 2 to 5K just to make it. So it's not that bad. It's whatever. I can't believe how cheap Nirnholm still is right now. I was forced. I needed to make money, and I was forced to sell my Nirnholm for friggin', I'm gonna hit this barrier while we get some cushion and get these ads down. And it was going for under 10K on PS4, and I was like, oh my god, man. Like people, but a lot of people are getting up the Nirnholm when they're crafting the Julie or even Night Mothers. And they're actually a lot of people are going with maces, Nirnholm maces. They're getting that penetration, and they're making up those differences, which is a smart move. They're focusing too much on the boss. Forget it. I'll get the ad. Nice and smooth. Light speaker ring. That's not bad. That's actually not bad. I probably won't use it. I already have my spell power cure on 2 of my tunes on here, so. First thing I was getting, like once I hit like 250, 280, I was like on my spell power cure. I was like, fuck this. I'm doing normals. I'll get the gear. I'll get the shards. I will do whatever and get my spell power cure out of the way. Once I hit 300, I was running in vets. So I actually haven't got to run the banished cells on this platform since the update there. I was on the PS4 when, so I don't know if they actually got it all normal and fixed up. I'm hoping they did. I'm hoping. I was hoping, given the launch, that we would see, we would actually have seen some of the new DLC dungeons as the daily. Not to say that that won't happen, but usually PC and consoles are on the same daily rotation. Same thing with the golden and all the other shit. Yo, man, you guys might want to get these ads. I knew that was gonna happen. Making my life hell. Making my life hell. Hold on, let me get a cushion here. Guys are killing me with these white ads, man. Kill them. No, Flame Blossom is a really good proc set, but it doesn't pull out. When you put a... Here's the thing. Impendant. I don't use the set. Oh, another Light Speaker's Ring. Okay, so Flame Blossom is a good proc set, but anytime you put a proc set on, like like Flame Blossom, you won't get the spike in your damaging abilities, right? And remember, damaging procs like Vipers or Flame Blossom, they don't crit. So you actually lose DPS on those sides. But it's good for PvP, because PvP, it can go ahead and give you a nice proc during some of those, you know, clinch moments. Because Burning Spellweave, for example, on PvP, it has a lot of downtime, right? It won't hit up. You don't care about your ability spike, you care about that proc spike, like on Flame Blossom, to, you know, hit the enemy. You're not, you know, focused on a, you know, 1,000,000 and something health boss or ads. A lot of ads. You have one single target, maybe two, maybe three, and a set like Flame Blossom really shines in PvP. In PvE, though, Burning Spellweave has a nice effect that will increase all your damaging abilities. So you're going to, when that procs, like Burning Spellweave, you're going to get a higher end damage towards abilities versus something like Flame Blossom. But Flame Blossom is a great set for PvP, regardless. I mean, you could still roll Flame Blossom in PvE. You're just, a set like Burning Spellweave is going to outperform that set, you know, in most scenarios. So, just, it's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. But that's the one thing on procs. And like, longest time, I never would use monster sets, right? Up until one Tamriel, especially on my healers. The reason being because I was losing between 5 to 8% base healing due to that, using a monster set, running like a 5-3-2 configuration on a healer. It was never worth it. It was better rolling like a 5-4 static constantly. And I always told people, man, like, I'll never use a monster set. But one Tamriel changed that, so now it gives me a lot more flexibility. So if I use Sentinel on here, I use Julianos at Spellpower Cure as my static. If I'm in a trial, I can actually switch that up where I can get more healing from Julianos, maintain my crit value regardless on either side, and then use Refreshing Path and Funnel Health to proc up, and my sap to proc up the the Spellpower Cure. And that would keep consistent, you know, because I have another healer running Spellpower Cure. So the only configuration I make on the Nightblade healer for trials is making Juliana static, so the heals are more higher end for that type of content. Where in 4-mans I don't have to, because I don't want to lose on those base values. And proc sets like Burning Blossom and Vipers, you always did that, but you were banking on proc to do its job for you. That's what made them deadly in PvP. So, and I'd always do like, when I did the proc dot and drop, I kept Viper static because I was able to go ahead and keep proccing it off the bow enchantment, which they fixed. They figured it out. I bumped into it by accident, but when I knew, I wasn't like I was going to announce it. Like, oh my god, this enchantment's proccing my Viper sting. You know, but whatever. Now Vipers is a whole different beast. You can still use those sets for vets, though, Mustang, and you'd be fine. So if you wanted to use Flame Blossom in PvE on vets, on any vet, you'd be fine with that. In a trial, though, something like Burning Spellweave is going to be more dominant. So, and it's funny because, you know, we're getting away more and more from trial sets on certain builds. Certain build applications, though, trial sets, like especially with the new ones with Halls of Fabrication, those sets apply buffs. You'll lose in on the back end, keep a static like something like Juliana's, then run up, one of, I forget, Architect, maybe it is. But you would go ahead, buff up on the back end. As long as you have that Slayer, you know, that's where it's at. It's all about that Slayer, but then proccing up, drop the ultimate on the back end, and then buff your party members. The damage spike goes up considerably. So I got some Nirnholm for research. Speaking of Nirnholm. Still working this, guys. I'm still working it. What's my inventory look like? I'm going to have to clean it up just a little bit. It's always weird coming on here, man. I'm used to having like everything at my disposal on PS4. When I come here, I don't have maybe half, a quarter of the shit that I have on PS4. So, but, you know, you had a question there, Krill. Did they added new Daedric fire knockback that drives Grapes crazy? Well, are you talking about the monster set is what I'm wondering. Because there's been a lot of changes to that set. And the damage output it does for now is just nuts. It's nuts, to be honest with you. But the proc, how you have to proc it has always been my issue. One of my favorite changes to the sets, monster sets, is the spawn of Mephilia. It's probably my favorite change because I use that set on 1 or 2 builds on my Stam blade. And I really love those changes, like a lot. I got a lot of shit. Actually, not comparable to what I'm typically used to having. I have an Xbox One Mustang, and I do have some friends on there, like real life friends who do play on Xbox One. And another friend of mine, he also plays, I already have 2 Impen Light. I'll probably get rid of that one. So eventually, I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know when I'll probably get around to it. Like, I have a lot on my plate with 2 platforms. So eventually, maybe down the road, within the next couple of months, I always tell people it's about time and money. So I've reached over 800 subs today. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. So once this starts hitting up where I can, you know, make it cost effective, I guess what you're saying, because I'm a poor guy, man. I'm going to be honest. I'm a poor man, you know, and I'm doing this, you know, between time, usually in the mornings, and then, you know, I got other real life shit to deal with. You know, it's, you know, so I kind of mix and match. I try to grab what I can when I can throughout my days and weekends, and you know, pretty much. Besides, my kids are older, so I'm fortunate. They're teenagers, so now they're pretty much self-sufficient. As long as they're fed, they wash their own clothes, they take care of themselves a lot. I take care of their transportation. They're like, Dad, take me to the mall, blah blah blah. It's a typical teenage shit. So you know, as long as they're fed, they're clothed, and you know, I'm taking care of their doctors and other needs. They do pretty much whatever. Me and my old lady, we have a good relationship, but we're pretty we're not very, you know, like up in each other's. It's not like we have to be around each other 24/7. So I'm fortunate enough to be able to do this. But until I actually start making a little bit more money to justify the cost, because I'm not going to take away from my family, so I'm not going to use a lot of my real money. But once I start making a little bit more monetization from this, I will do a website. I will jump on other platforms. I'll start probably doing giveaways, things like that. So I'm hoping to do all that stuff down the road, because it's all about you guys. This channel's for you. It's not really for me at the end. If I get something out of it, the more I get out of it is from you guys. So that's why I do this. But I can't go ahead and, you know, burn $100. You know, go ahead and, oh yeah, I need a website, I need to do this, I need to spend 100 here, I need to spend 200 there, 50 here, whatever, and take away from my family to do so. So that's one thing I'm always going to tell people, man. But I'm hoping down the road, yes, I will be on the Xbox. I'm hoping eventually, just because I want to play with players like you guys, Mustang. Eventually, that's the whole idea. Not really worried about too much. You know, whatever. I'm at 807 on the PS, and this one I'm still playing catch up. It's all about catching up. That's the problem with platforms. Oh, it's crazy. Light speaker, don't need that. Don't need that. Probably keep that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. We cleaned it up enough. I'm not too worried about it. Let's see. And champion points. Got some extra champion points. Somebody was on my ass about jumpers or something the other day, and I'm like, well, on this platform I'm still leveling it up, so I don't really give a fuck about the rounded up versions until I get everything done. Alright, that's looking good. And then probably, let's see. 5, 6, 7. I could probably still level that up a bit. Yeah, man. Thanks, Mustang. Yeah, and I think it's, you know, it's been a process for me, man. When I first came here, okay, so I've been MMOing for 21 years. When YouTube started taking off for MMOers, content creators, I never really paid attention to them. Like me and my crew, we never did. We just kind of did our own thing. But when I came to this game, it was just crazy. We had classes building the same. I had tanks that were like 25k, but I got with a tank who was like pushing like 45 when I met him, and a lot of people was kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? Blah blah blah. I'm like, what do you mean? He's a tank. And so when I started doing content, it was kind of crazy. One of the first bids I was working with on tanks was saying, you know, you should be pushing around 40 plus on your health, because your shields, unlike sorcerer tanks are different than any other tank. I do have a sorc tank, which actually I think I'm going to get on him right now. So we're going to make a little quick switch here, guys. It was kind of crazy because they were all low health, and I made a video, and I got flogged, Mustang. I got flogged. Like, that's too much health. That's too much health. And I'm like, this is an MMO. How are you guys ever, ever telling me there's such a thing as too much health for a tank. That's ludicrous. I can understand that you need resource management, but if you're doing everything correctly, it shouldn't be an issue at all. It should never have been. And now you see it everywhere. And I laugh because there's the same players. When I was talking to you guys about diminishing returns, they were busting. They were like, diminishing returns aren't a factor, and I'm like, what? What is this, man? Like, that's why I became a YouTuber. And now more and more, I think players do see that the advice I'm giving them is solid. It's not bullshit advice. You know, I'm giving out solid advice, and I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means. Oh, how much is in my inventory? Yeah, we're way good. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I make mistakes. I'm human. But majority of the time, I'm going to give you guys the most solid advice I can. And that's what's important to me. Is trying to give you guys the best advice. Different options for builds. Maz. I'll pick it up just in case I get it, but I don't want it. I'm going to pick up all these because I want to keep hitting these randoms up. It's worth my CP points, and that is in where it's supposed to be. We'll put this up here. Love this tune. And then of course I'm gonna go to Active Finder, Dungeon. I'm gonna go to randoms. It's worth my XP, man. This is so worth my shit. Make sure I gotta get my food buff up. Now, my Sork tank on vets runs slightly under 40 because his shields are not mitigated like any other healers. Other healers are usually based off of their health. Sork tanks are a little different, but this is just what I use for vets. If I was going to run this in a trial, like I would tell people, I would switch out the Para set. I use Para for switch out the Para with Plague Doctor. That'll take me up to about 40 something, about 48. Give me about an additional almost 10k the way you'd reconfigure that. But Dragon I'd keep on this dude for sure. Dragon you can use on DKs too. I don't like Dragon so much on DKs versus like or Luna. So I'm actually needing one more piece of Luna. I thought I had it, but alright. Same one. Got a 2-for-1er, but this one we're going to be running the Sork. You just dropped an ultimate? Wow. Okay. Come on. Get past the rock. Man, some of... Oh, hello. Nice. When you taunt an enemy under 60 health, that'll never happen. That'll never happen, man. My UI's all bugged up. Wait for him to get around the corner. It's been a minute since I've been on this tune. Love this tune though. Never need shards on this tune. It's another thing I like about Sork Tank. Don't need any shards, ever. On my other account, between every of them, between all my tunes, I think I want to say I have a little over 100. I've been PvPing a lot, so let's drop a little CC on these dudes. Come on, heal. That's all you have to do. What is up with this deeps, man? It's gonna be one of those days, guys. Alright. Hold on. Sometimes there's just shit up here. Forgot to check that last time. Who on me? Yes! Score for Mystic. Oh no. Not gonna get it. No. Damn it. That's fair. You miss out. Let somebody else do it. Nothing I need in here, though, I don't think. I love this build. This is the broker, guys. This is like one of my... Okay, come on. There we go. Bingo. Light speaker infused. Not that I'm ever going to use it, but it's scrap. Let's go. Draw them over. We'll see the rest. Oh, come on. I had to block cancel up. So bullshit. Okay. Gonna try to round them up as much as possible. Kite them out. Bring them over. Make everybody's job a little easier. Nope. Get over here. Ooh, that was toasty. Yo, man. There we go. Warhorn. Okay, come on. Let me fill up. Getting these champion points. We gotta get them, gotta get them. Now see, like I said, the Sork tank plays a lot different than most other tanks. He's way more, he needs stamina, but he's way more dependent on magicka. Hence why I use the broker on this. A couple of things I would switch out for trials though. I probably wouldn't use the one exchange, the equilibrium. And is it just mirrors? DPS is a little light, man. I don't know. Like, he was scared! He knew I was about to drop that ultimate on his head! I love the Sork tank, though. My friend, I was introduced actually to the Sork tank first. My friend was a Sork tank, so it was probably by far one of my first experiences. And I understood why a lot of people rolled DK, but they really underestimated the Sork tank. He inspired me to do the Nightblade tank. Now look, guys, if I'm low on stamina, I can sacrifice my magicka to regain. Keep my shields up, right? Keep the CCs locked in. Like a lot, that's the best aspect to the sorcerer tank than any other tank. I can exchange my values, and that's why I use the par on this build, because the more I exchange it, the more my resistance goes up. Anything past like I can get up to like 37, 38 on my exchange values, but it's pointless after 31. But I want to get up to that 31. Prior to that, I'm sitting around 27. So those values kind of make up the difference for me. We will get through this. It'll be rough, but somebody's DPS is using Malabeths. Can I ask why? Boy, man. Okay, I'm gonna be using a lot of CCing on this one. I'll make some exchanges. Popped up the shield. Don't run around. You're getting feared. I know you're getting feared. Stop single targeting. AoEs. Oh my god. Here, let me help you. Exchange, exchange, break. I haven't seen one charge. I think this is a Sork healer. I'm not sure. I have to take a look. No reason, because I think he's working on his orbs, because I haven't seen any utilities, and I know it's not a Templar. Which I'm fine with. I can sustain on my own. Notice I'm not using Warhorn, because these guys are not AoEing, so I'm trying to take advantage of my CCs as best as possible. A little rusty. Killing me here. Anytime I get too low and I need whatever, I'm changing my life, but I'm shielding up. Bark skin, junk. Let me see what this healer is really quick. Double cure. It's a sorcerer, but it's no wonder. He's a double Qer. Should not double Q, people. Vets, don't do it. It's a pretty easy vet, so I'll let it slide. But, oh my god. Seriously, man. Don't double Q. It's the worst thing you can do. Normally, I'd kick your fucking ass left and right. I don't care. Sorcerer healers are really good healers. I ran sorcerer healers. I'm really happy with sorcerer healing. Except this guy does not have his Twilight. Tells me he's not a real sorcerer healer. If you want to be a real sorcerer healer, you're not going without that Twilight. I'm so sorry, but it's the truth. I'll pull that whole room. I don't care. Hold on, let me grab him. Now let me turn his ass. Looks good. I'll be able to use the Warhorn on this one a lot easier. Not a lot of ads to fuck with. Just a little bit. Come over here a little bit. Ah, shit, wrong one. $472. 20 something more points away, man. We'll be starting my trials on this dude, hopefully, without too much problems. I'll probably ask like 600 now. It used to be like 500. Like really, like getting in bets and stuff. Well, now, you know, because I do need to do trials on this platform, which I will be doing. I don't know if I'll be recording them, not saying that. I got to get people to agree if I'm going to be in voice chat. Usually people will ask, you know, make sure you're on Discord or TeamSpeak. I have TeamSpeak. I don't have Discord. Get him. Damn it! That's what happens when I have to bump them. Here, I'll stun you. Give me this. Get over here. Damn. Give me my shield. So that's where it comes in. The power comes in nice. The more damage I take, the more I'm reducing the upfront damage due to resistance. So that's why resistance works. More higher the resistance, the less damage you take, right? It's not mitigating. So that's the major difference here with sorcerer tanks. That's why I said sorcerer tanks are different than DKs. Resistance is a little bit more meaningful to sword tanks. But you can't drop down, you can't stack health like DKs can. DKs, man, Obsidian shield your shields scale off of your health. Let me. Anything with a lot of ads or something, I like to CC. I'll rotate my taunts in just for the synergy. I won't be needing a ranged taunt on this, so this is kind of where I will swap one thing out really quick to increase my block. That is my absorb magic. Okay, I'm gonna hit the war horn. After I hit my taunt, I'm always usually doing a heavy attack. Want to rotate this in. Block. Shield it up. Warhorn again's up. Nice thing about Sork tanks, man. They will go through those Warhorns real quick, man. They will blow them. Pull him over here a little bit. Warhorn again. Block. Pull him away a little bit. Shield up. Make sure you get these heavy attacks in, guys. War horns up. Blow it again. A little hot. Get the exchange going down. Another one in. I try to keep that back end as open as possible, keeping them turned. Warhorn again. Block. Shield. Remember, if I need health, I can just heal myself with this, as long as I have stamina. Warhorn again. Can throw the heal, throw the shield. Opponent's blowing the Warhorn, I'll throw down the Atro. Shield up. There it is. Took a little minute, but we got through it. Divine, that's fine. I mean, I think, whatever. We get it done. 473. Nice.
It is done.
Let's go, let's go. Mystic's got a lot of things to do. Yeah, don't ever underestimate the sorcerer tank, man. Don't do it. I can probably get through almost every content. Like I said, if I was going to set up trials, I'd keep the dragon on this, and I would switch out Para for Plague Doctor, which I'm not opposed to doing. I like the Para for vets, but for wouldn't need that for trials. I'd probably go Plague Doctor. Let's see what we get for CP. We're gonna get 474. Is it gonna be enough? Oh, it's close. Going to be knocking them out, though. So, it's just one of those things, working it. All right, guys, I'm going to take a small break. I'm going to do a couple things. Don't think I might stream later. I don't know, but definitely just wanted to get on here to work on some shit. If you have any questions, comments, you know, post below. Once again, I want to thank all of you guys. We hit over 800 today. I'm happy about that. I'm happy with my subscribers. I'm a happy individual. Things are you know, slowly but surely coming to fruition. And I'm hoping that this channel and everything that I'm going to offer players will grow. Once again, I'm human. I make mistakes. So I'm never going to say I'm the best. I'm just trying to provide you guys with the best information possible and give you guys options. That's what this channel's always been about, giving you alternative options for your gameplay. Not everybody else's gameplay, your individualized gameplay, because at the end of the day, that's what players want. They want something individual to individualize their builds. And that's what I'm always trying to provide. I don't want people to do the same thing. I want people to think outside the box. That's why I love you guys. And you guys are the best. So once again and always, thank you. And have a nice day.